Would you say like before that moment you were an alcoholic?
Oh, no doubt. Instead of saying, God, I really want to stop drinking. I prayed for him to take it from me. I didn't want it no more. I seen it happen. And I was actually at an event we put on for disabled veterans. We take them hunting. Dude offered me a beer. I'm holding out, cracked it open. I turned it up to take a drink of it, and I got it in my mouth, and I couldn't swallow it.
Wow.
Dude, I spit it out. I threw that thing down. Like, my bad. About 7 years ago now. I haven't even had a desire. I hadn't even thought about it.
I got up the hill and there was a life-size picture of Jesus
that's cool.
right there with dozens of sandbags at his feet.
One of my favorite scriptures in the book of James where it talks about consider all trials pure joy. If you look at life that way, then it's all good.
Some of the college athletes that are done with college and they don't go pro, you talked about how a lot of them struggle.
And Tim Tebow was a lot like this, man. We would be places and me and whoever else were hanging out, we'd be drinking and Tim would be right there with us, but he's not drinking. He's not cussing. He's not doing anything. He's just hanging out with his friends. Yeah. I literally never saw the kid do anything out of the way.
Wow.
Ever.
I'll just like take a minute just to brag about some of these missionaries.
We get to share the gospel with people and tell them about Jesus, but we got to sell enough sauce to put diesel in the truck to make it a little bit further. People are like, oh, when you get married, and they talk about how things change. Nothing changes when you get married. That's paperwork. When you have kids, that's when your life changes.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Release the Podcast. On this episode, I got to have on Jim Tartt. He's an amazing man of God, but before that, he was a national champion in college football. He was on the same team as Tim Tebow and really good friends with him when they took nation. He talks about his struggle of coming back to the real world after being a college athlete and a very celebrated college athlete, just being a normal guy after that and how rough that was. He talks about his alcoholism and how Christ saved him. It is an absolutely incredible episode. I was so glad I had him on. He's actually not a member of our church, but when I heard his story, I knew I had to have him on. I met him a year ago at Draper Days. He was selling his Sopchoppy Sauce, and we started talking about faith and Jesus and how he was saved and how I was saved. And hearing his story about coming off of being a national champion to just being a normal guy again reminded me so much of how a lot of us missionaries feel. And so without further ado, let's jump into his story. It's an incredible one. Let's go. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Release the Podcast. In this episode, it's a little bit different. We have Jim Tartt in, and usually we're bringing on returned LDS missionaries to talk about their experience. But in this case, Jim, you're not even a member of the church.
No, sir.
You're a Christian.
That's right.
And we met on Saturday at the Draper Days Festival and just started talking. And your story that you were sharing just reminded me so much of a typical missionary story coming back.
Oh, yeah.
And I immediately was just like, hey, I know this is
similar.
Kind of different. Not exactly
I wasn't trying to spread Christ to everybody doing what I was doing.
That's true. Not exactly the same, but so yeah, I was just like, hey, I'd love to have you on the podcast. And you were kind enough to like take time out of your day to come do this.
I appreciate the offer.
Yeah. And so I just wanted to kind of open it up to you real quick and just have you kind of tell us a little bit about your life growing up, your upbringing, what family it was like, and then how you got into football.
Well, I grew up in a small town in North Florida called Sopchoppy. Population there's probably, when I was growing up, about 450 people. And we got 2 4-way stops now. We used to not even have stop signs. Just a street right through the middle of town. So grew up there, went to a small high school in the town just north of Sopchoppy there. I think my graduating class was about 230 people. And so just a small town, grew up hunting and fishing, and that's all I really cared about, really. And my dad, he was big into sports and loved football, so started playing at a young age, went on through middle school, high school, started getting recruited by some schools, and wound up going to the University of Florida.
Dang.
Was was not too jazzed about it.
Really?
Yeah, my senior year, I'd hurt my shoulder. I'd had shoulder surgery when I was, I think, 17.
Dang.
And I was over it. I was like, I don't really care about doing this anymore. I think it's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Hurting yourself all the time. And,
Yeah, seriously.
anyways, my dad encouraged me to go on, get my education, and do all that. And I stuck it out. Ended up winning 2 national championships and 2 SEC championships. I got to meet some really great people. I would almost think that everybody knows Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
I played with him. Unbelievable person. Also played with some pretty not unbelievable people.
Yeah. Very believable.
Some pretty rough folks.
Yeah.
But no, I just, as most people do in college, and when you about that age, you develop some habits that you don't need to develop. Mine were mostly trying to numb up some ailments and pains that I had.
Yeah.
And of course, that's what the world tells you is, oh, it's okay, you go do this. And
was that primarily with alcohol?
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
I drank so much. Every chance I got, I was drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't really affect my school or my sport or anything. But I'm sure if I hadn't, I'd have probably been better. But
yeah,
I mean, I did all right.
Yeah, 2 national championships. I'd say that's doing pretty good.
I did okay.
Yeah.
But it's just you're riding that high. It's kind of like we were talking about when you were talking about the missionaries coming back, and when you're there, and I'd come home in my little town. Everybody wanted to talk to me. Everybody wants to shake your hand. Everybody wants a picture with you, and you're a celebrity.
Yeah.
You come home, there's a banner across the road with your name on it and stuff like this. And
welcome home, Tart.
That's right. Welcome home, national champion, hometown hero, all this bull crap. And it can get to your head.
Yeah.
And
was there anything good, like a good change that happened to you while doing football?
No, I met my wife.
You met your wife?
Oh yeah, that's where I met my wife. That was the only reason. That was the only good thing that came out of all that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But met my wife. I mean, I got a buddy that lives literally 15 minutes down the road here that he wound up here in Utah for work, and I got to see him. Hadn't seen him in probably 20 years.
Dang.
Since I got done playing football. And it just, I don't know, a lot of life experience that I can help guide my children
a
little better.
Yeah.
I can tell them from experience instead of just saying, oh, you don't need to do that because it's wrong. Well, I know it's wrong because I did it. So,
was there any moment in your life when, let's say you're like drinking too much, that is just kind of a wake up call? You're like, holy cow, what am I doing with my life?
I wouldn't necessarily say that. I think my wake up call was so one morning, and I'm sure I'd got drunk the night before because I stayed drunk. Sunshine was getting up to go because she was raised Catholic.
Yeah.
And she had tried to find a Catholic church to go to there in our hometown, which I think there's like one. So, and I wasn't going with her. And, they were kind of asking her about, where's your husband? You've got 3 children, or you got 2 children. Where's your husband? Like, how come you're by yourself? And so she quit going there. And then she got up one morning, some friends of ours, they went to a church it's about 45 minutes down the road from us. And she got up one morning, she's like, hey, I'm going. If you want to go, you can. If you don't, just stay here. I don't care. So me being a drunk, and this is how all drunk people are. I don't care what they say, this is how they are. They're like, well, they don't think anybody knows that you're a drunk.
Yeah.
So it's so funny because you're like, oh, man, I can't let anybody know that I'm, like this.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'll go with y'all. So I went to church with her. I'm sitting there listening to the preacher. And, man, the good Lord just got a hold through me. I was like, wow. Hit me. I was like, this is where I need to be. I don't need to be doing what I'm doing. I was like, this is right. I'm with my wife. I'm with my kids. I'm listening to somebody talk about the Lord. I was convicted. I was like, wow. But I didn't quit drinking immediately. So keeps rocking on there for a little bit. And, you know, I'm hanging out with people that are Christians and have been that way for a long time. And I'm talking to them and they start telling me stories about themselves and their struggles. I'm like, okay. And there was one guy in particular that I talked to. And, you know, I'd been talking to him. I was like, I'm struggling with this. I'm trying to fix it. He said, well, you know, I struggle with a lot of pain, you know, ailments and stuff that I had. And I was praying to God to help me and just really wasn't working out. He said, but just come to find out I was praying wrong. And he's like, need to change the way I was praying to him. So I got to thinking about what he said. And I was by myself one day. And instead of like saying, you know, God, I really want to stop drinking. I need to stop drinking. I prayed for him to take it from me. I didn't want it no more. I seen it happen. And it just, I didn't feel anything right then. It wasn't, you know, people talk about, oh, you know, immediately I felt something. I didn't feel it. And it actually, probably about a month later, I hadn't drank anything because I was going to church. I wasn't around it. And I'd stayed away from all my buddies, all my friends that I'd been around. I'd alienated myself from them. And I was actually at a thing that I used to do for my job. It was an event we put on for disabled veterans. We'd take them hunting. And dude offered me a beer. Well, this is also something that's pretty foolish too. You're a grown man. So you shouldn't really worry about what other people think. Like, oh, I don't want to like embarrass them.
Yeah.
And so I took it. I'm holding out, cracked it open. And I turned it up to take a drink of it. And I got it in my mouth. And I couldn't swallow it.
Wow.
Dude, I spit it out. I threw the thing down. I'm like, my bad. I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, I'd asked you. I said, you did it. I said, that's it. I said, I won't ever touch it again. That was about 7 years ago now.
Wow.
And I haven't even had a desire. I hadn't even thought about it. And I almost feel like that it's to the point that it'd be like I never even had a drink.
Wow.
I wouldn't even know what it'd be like. But yeah, that was crazy right there.
That is amazing.
So
would you say like before that moment you were an alcoholic?
oh, no doubt. Bad.
Man.
Yeah. It was one of those deals where, you know, a lot of people, they have the shakes and stuff like that. I never had anything like that, but every excuse I could find to drink, I wanted to.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know, oh, y'all having a drink? Let me get one. And it was just, it snowballed. And I bet I drank my worst that I ever got to. I was probably drinking a bottle to a bottle and a half every 2 days.
Wow. Yeah.
And that's not including beer. Like, it's just whiskey. Like, I'd drink beer like water.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
man, that is amazing. Did you ever attend any groups or
no.
AA? No.
No, I just talk to God, man.
Yeah.
I don't have nothing against the whole groups and everything. The AA, they've helped a lot of people get off of their addiction problems, but the one thing that they fail at is it's God as you see it. God as you see him, or a higher being or a higher power.
Yeah.
Nah, man. If you're going to help them people, if you really want to help somebody, you need to tell them about Jesus.
Yeah.
You don't.
The true God.
Yeah, because us being humans, we screwed it up from the get-go.
Yeah.
I mean, the first two ruined the whole deal.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is, how are you going to allow a human being to get an idea in their head of a higher power? Like you can come up with anything. But it's a magical unicorn that comes and saves you and stops you from drinking alcohol. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
No, I love that. I love that take. It's a hot take, but I love it because Christ is the only
it really
path
is
to God.
That's my thing. Like with me playing football. All right. So I'm on TV. I got pictures up with me and whoever, you know, these famous people that played football and went on to the pros and played for years, and none of that means anything. And it doesn't change your life.
Yeah.
All it can do is you can lose whatever humility you have, and you start getting a pride about yourself, and you start thinking that you're that higher power,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get humbled very quickly. But yeah,
Oh man, it is amazing because like to think that you could offer up that addiction that you had,
oh yeah,
and Christ just
he just took it from me.
just takes it from you.
And what's crazy to me too is that me being as insignificant as I am, that he cares about me. That's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, the creator of the universe, he snaps his fingers and everything's done, and he cares about you.
Yeah.
Just you and everybody else too. And he's got the time that he'll listen to you.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That is. I remember when I was a kid, I shared this with you. I came back home and I fell into an addiction with pornography,
Mm-hmm.
but I struggled with it growing up too. And when I was 16, I went to this like young men's camp, and they were talking about Jesus, and I was kind of mad because I felt like I did everything right as
Mm-hmm.
a kid. I prayed, I said my scriptures, and I did everything right. And I would always ask, why do we need Jesus? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I thought we were supposed to be giving the glory to God and like not Jesus. And
Yeah.
as a kid, I just didn't know what all that meant. But
You can't. I don't believe when you're a child, until you have some life experience and you have some of that struggle in your life, you can't understand, or until you've had to sacrifice some things and to give of yourself, you can't understand what
Yeah.
Jesus is.
yeah, you can have like a glimpse, and when you hear a kid sing like a cute song, that like a
Mhm.
song about Jesus, it's heartwarming and the spirit can be there. But I would agree with you that you can't have like a deeper relationship with him
Mhm.
without going through some of the heartaches that life just gives
Oh,
you
no doubt.
to experience.
Till the world shows you what it truly is.
Yeah, it's so true.
It's hard to understand. That's like when I was in college, I knew the way I was living and I knew the things I was doing was wrong. And I would sit down, man, I'd try to read the Bible, and it was like a foreign language. I didn't understand anything in it.
Yeah.
And once I gave my life to Christ, you go in the Bible and you read, say you're having just a whatever day-to-day problem. Got something going on. You go start reading, and when they refer to the Bible as the living word, man, it's like it changes.
Yeah.
You can literally go in there in a script, a chapter that you've read a million times. You go through there reading, and you'll read something that you've never seen almost.
Yeah.
It's like it opens up your mind, and it just changes with everything you need. If you put your faith in it and you're trying to live by it, it's always there.
It's so true.
To back you up. It's wild.
There's a quote, I forgot who said it, but they said, if you want to talk to God, pray.
Mhm.
If you want him to talk to you, read your scriptures.
Yep.
And I've had that happen to me so many times in my life. And I don't utilize it enough, because there's oftentimes I'm like, God, like help me out. But I'm not actually looking in the right places to
right.
get his answer. But like, I remember going like back to like this time when I was 16, I was hearing all these guys talking about Jesus, and I was like, why haven't I gotten an answer to this?
Yeah.
And I'm struggling with porn at the time, and I was just like kind of frustrated. And for some reason during that camp, my prayer kind of changed. It went from like, I don't get it, like teach me, to like help me.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I've tried everything to get rid of this. And then they started pulling young men out of the like little building one at a time. And they had us grab these sandbags, and they'd pour sand into the bag. And they're like, this is for cheating on a test. And they'd have you walk up this trail. And then they pour more and they're like, this is for looking at porn. And I'm like, oh, flip, how did they know?
Yeah. What?
and then they
Who
keep
told
having me walk up the trail and it'd get heavier and heavier and heavier. And I was a little guy. And so it was really heavy for me because it was like, I don't know, 100 pounds.
Yeah.
And you're walking up this hill and I couldn't get up the hill all the way. So one of the bishops from the ward came up to help me. And I got up the hill and there was a life-size picture of Jesus
Oh, that's cool.
right there with dozens of sandbags at his feet.
That's cool, man.
And I don't know, right then, like,
oh yeah,
it just hit me, and I was just like,
when the Spirit gets a hold of you, bud, it don't matter where you're at.
It blew me away because I'm like, it was the first time I felt clean.
Oh yeah,
and because shame will just make you feel like the worst person in the world.
Oh, and the devil loves that too.
Yeah,
that's his foothold.
And it was just the starkest difference I could think of, and it just blew me away. And to be honest, like I still struggle from time to time, and I've been working through it, and life has gotten worse and it's gotten better at times. But I know that Christ is always there to reach out and forgive.
One of my favorite scriptures in the book of James where it talks about consider all trials pure joy. If you look at life that way, then it's all good.
Man.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's a good time.
It's
hard.
I want to ask about you and your wife's relationship once you had your kind of awakening. Was there a change?
Oh, most definitely.
With you and your family?
I mean, when you're sober and you can have clear thoughts, it changes a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it changed, man. It changed a lot. We really, there was peace, and we didn't argue a whole lot. She really didn't even know how much I drank.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing is like, I wasn't the type of person that I'd sit down with my children and be drinking with my kids.
Yeah.
Like I drank when I was, this is real smart. I was drinking when I was on my way home from work. I was one of those people that, I never hurt anybody, never got any crash or anything, but I was one of those people. Say on the weekend or something, some friends came over, we'd drink, and it was kind of an acceptable thing because it wasn't just you drinking; it's a social thing. So
yeah,
but
he gets us with that one too.
Oh,
it's a social thing.
Yeah. But it all, man, it changed for the better, and I mean, just like every other human being, we struggle from time to time because I'm a human and she is too, and we have our own ideas of how things need to be or should be, and she's usually right and I'm usually wrong.
Like when she told you, she's like, "Hey, I'm going to church.
Yeah.
You can come if you want."
Exactly. So, and I mean, that's like,
that's awesome though. I love that.
It's and I feel like too that people, if you approach sharing God, sharing Jesus with people the way that she did that with me, and Tim Tebow was a lot like this, man. We would be places and me and whoever else were hanging out, we'd be drinking and Tim would be right there with us, but he's not drinking. He's not cussing. He's not doing anything. He's just hanging out with his friends.
Yeah.
And so I look back at that and I'm like, man, what an example of, his relationship with Christ. He can be tempted by all these things and it be all around him all the time. And he never wavers from what he's doing.
Wow.
And I mean, I saw it a lot. Like I can honestly say, and we're all sinners, right? We all make mistakes.
Yeah.
I literally never saw the kid do anything out of the way.
Wow.
Ever. And I mean, this is spending a lot of time with a dude with football practice everywhere.
Dang.
Never saw the dude make a mistake. I'm like, this is pretty serious right there. Yeah.
That is amazing.
It really was, which I know, and if he was sitting right here, he would tell you the same, that he does make mistakes, but it's one of them deals is like compared to the rest of the crew he was hanging out with. He's doing a pretty good job.
He was a knight in shining armor.
Yep.
There's I forgot which pope said it, but he said, always, like every day of your life, preach the gospel.
Yeah.
And when necessary, use words. And I'm like, dang, that is so cool because it does people notice,
They
like you
do,
noticed.
man. It's the way that you carry yourself and the way when someone approaches you. It's just like when we're at these shows and stuff, and let's say that we're not having the best of the show. We're not making a bunch of money. And the human side of you start thinking about, well, I'm going to have to pay this bill. I'm going to have to do this. Like, we're having a bad day. It would be very easy for when the next person that comes up and has something smart to say about your sauce or something like that, you could snap at them and be rude. But how would I be supporting the Bible verse that we have on the front of our table? How would I be showing that to these people if I acted that way?
Yeah.
So that's kind of it helps keep you in a good mood while you're working.
That's true.
You got to watch yourself.
I actually wanted to ask about that next. Like, what you said when we first met, that your two biggest regrets in life were not finding Jesus sooner and not hitting the road sooner with your family.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about that? Why you decided to uproot your family and come on this journey?
I mean,
and kind of tell them what the journey is too, because
it's
really interesting.
Yeah, my biggest regret ever was not having a relationship with Christ. I mean, this could really be anybody that is a Christian or that you didn't find that relationship sooner. I mean, I wish you could have it as soon as you were born and you were just there and you're ready to go, but that ain't how we're made.
Yeah.
But we so my uncle growing up, he made it was for seafood. He made a sauce. We ate it on oysters, shrimp, stuff like that. And me and my uncle, man, we were tight. That was my best friend. And even when me and Sunshine moved back from Gainesville, he'd come to our house every night and eat dinner with us. I'd cut his hair. I mean, he was always with us. And he passed away in 2010. And when he passed away, some of his friends, they'd call me, man, I sure miss you, Uncle, but I'm on that last bottle of sauce that he ever made me, but I guess I won't never get any more. And I was like, oh, I can make it. So I started making it for them, and it gradually kept growing and growing and growing. And now we travel all over the country, and we, number one, is what me and Sunshine always say, that we get to share the gospel with people and tell them about Jesus, but we got to sell enough sauce to put diesel in the truck to make it a little bit further. And man, I wish when me and her got married, we would have just left and started doing it then.
Yeah.
It's so much fun, and getting to take my kids places, and they're used to it.
Yeah.
It's just something that they've pretty much always done. And so when you go to see the Redwoods, or you go see Mount Rushmore, or you take them to Washington, D.C., and they go see all the monuments and go to the Smithsonian and all that, or they go to a battlefield and get to tour a battlefield, and that's their history class.
That's so much better than a school.
And so they're just like, yeah, we saw the redwoods.
Yeah.
Oh, we found a banana slug as long as my arm. That's no big deal. And
that is wild.
It's pretty cool though, and I hope that they appreciate it when they get older, and that they can do the same thing for their kids if that's what they wish to do.
So are you guys homeschooling them?
Yeah,
okay.
we do.
That's sick.
Yeah. So I was against homeschooling. Sunshine was pregnant. We were about to have our first child. I was like, I'm not homeschooling my kid. I want my kid to go to school and be around other people and do all that. And then one of my friends that was a principal, he started telling me things that were going on at the middle school that he worked at. And I got home that day and I was like, I don't care if they can't read till they're 25 years old. I was like, I'm not sending my kid out to that school.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, we've been doing it, and it's really cool too, because you've been told your whole life of what it takes for you to learn how to read, or what it takes for you to learn how to do math. And you have to sit down every day and you have to spend X amount of time doing this. You have to be taught a certain way to read. This is how it works. Man.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be like that. Yeah.
It doesn't. It's just a structured deal where someone can keep you somewhere and keep you still, and while your mom and dad go to work, and they can keep you there. Like my kids have learned so much from going to different shows and stuff, and working for other people and running their booths, and sometimes they'll run our booth for us.
And how old is your son?
He's 10.
Yeah, and he was
Yeah.
selling me the
Yeah.
flies
Yeah.
that he was
He
riding
made
for fly fishing.
$72 this past weekend
Oh my gosh.
selling $2 flies.
That is awesome.
He sold out of all the materials he had to make them. He ran out. My wife had to run him to Shields. He had to buy more stuff and come back and make more.
That is so sick.
Yeah, he was making one for a guy when the fireworks were going off at 10:00.
Dang.
There at the show.
Yeah, that is such a huge education. Like sales as a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And they don't even realize it. They're just talking to people.
Yeah.
And they realize that they have to say what the people want to hear or what they need to hear.
Yeah.
And they start figuring it out. And like, there's sometimes people won't even buy sauce and they'll just give Trapper money.
Yeah.
Because like, oh, you're doing a great job.
That's
He's
awesome.
like, did you see that? I just got $10. I was like, yeah.
That is
I said, at least you're cute. I was like, nobody gives me any money, Trevor. I got to earn it all. But,
oh man.
And my oldest, she actually, we were in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and she started working at a booth for a guy and ended up running it for him for a couple days. And dude, she was killing it.
Dang.
It was amazing getting to watch them do their thing. And I think that's the most fun I have with doing everything is like getting to let my children be exposed to these things and let them see all these different places. And I think a lot of times you just get pigeonholed into this one thing. And like, there's a lot of people where I'm from that they've never left the hometown there and they don't want to.
Yeah.
But they've never experienced what I've experienced and seen some of the stuff that I've seen. So
I love that.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah, you don't have to do it the way everyone tells you have to.
No.
My brother, he started doing video work when he got home from his mission, just because he's like, oh, cameras are cool.
Yep.
And jumped into it, was going to go into an ad program at BYU. And then they're like, oh, we're going to put you into a really good agency. And he's like, I don't want to work a job. I want to start my own video production company. And they're like, that's not what we do here. Like, if you want to do your own thing, I suggest you don't even go to school. And he's like, okay, I won't. And so he quit school.
At least they didn't let him spend a bunch of money and waste his time.
I know, seriously. I'm like,
that was nice of him.
That was nice of them. And so he started his company, killed it, was able to sell it, worked in-house for a while, realized he still didn't want to do that, quit that, started another video production company. And he has had so many people with like master's degrees asking to be like free labor basically for him.
To learn how to do
just to learn how to do it because they weren't taught that in school.
And everybody's got a gift, dude.
Yeah.
When God creates you, he's created you. It's planned out.
Yeah.
It's a done deal. Now you can do some things to interfere with his plan and mess it up.
Yeah.
But it's done from the get-go. And you have that gift whether you want it or not.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how much schooling you go to or anything like that. It's there. And he's going to open those doors. Like me and Sunshine talk about it all the time. How many things or how many times we have a door open for us. So like coming out west, we weren't going to come out here because we, being humans, sat down and we started looking at all the negative stuff. Oh, it's going to cost a lot. That's a long way to go. What if something happens? I don't know.
Yeah.
We probably don't need to do this. And this lady walked up to us at a show in Iowa. I was like, as far as we're going to go to Iowa and I think Nebraska, and then we were going to go back east. And this lady walked up, and the show we'd been accepted to come on out here was in Colorado Springs. And this lady comes up. She's from Colorado Springs. She goes to the show that we were going to go to. It's an amazing show. Y'all don't need to miss it. You need to go. And so we're like, okay. So, and I feel like a few years ago, we would have looked at that as like, this lady's crazy. Like, we don't need to go off what this woman says for our livelihood, but we're like, must be a sign from God. Let's go. And so we struck out, and we've had a great time, man. It's been awesome. We've enjoyed it. We've been everywhere. And I think we're actually headed to this coming up weekend. We'll be in Priest River, Idaho,
Okay,
up
sick.
in northern
Yeah.
Idaho. They got it's called, I think Log Days is the name of it. So it's like
Okay.
they used to have you ever been to any of these things where they put on the logging show where like they do the log
Yeah.
roll and chop
Yeah.
with the axe and stuff?
That looks so fun.
Well, it used to be a company that came in and did it. But then the lady's like, why are we bringing in people when the majority of the people up here all log?
Yeah, they
So
would
why don't
love
we
to
let all the
compete.
local people come
Yeah,
and they can compete?
that
And
is
it's like
awesome.
bragging rights around town.
Yeah,
And so now it's all the local guys that log up there. They do the competition. So
dang,
it's pretty
that
cool.
is sick.
Yeah, we're going to go see that.
It is so cool. He does just put so many opportunities in our path. And I honestly think that you guys, like us meeting you guys,
Oh, yeah.
was one of those. Because I was like, we were chatting, and then just the thought came into my head. It's like, he should be on the podcast. And it sounds like you know a little bit about like LDS missionaries. They're away for 2 years, or
The only reason I know anything about it is because my football coach in college was the head coach at Utah.
oh, really?
Yeah, Urban Meyer.
Okay, yeah.
So
I've heard
Urban,
the name.
yeah, he was the head coach at Utah. My offensive line coach was the offensive line coach at Utah.
Oh, wow.
And so a lot of the Samoan guys that are on the team, he's like, they'd come back. They'd be gone for like 2 years, and then they'd come back, and he's like, play football. And I was like, why were they gone? He told me. I was like, oh, okay.
That is so funny.
But yeah, I mean, to say that I'm versed in LDS is incorrect. I'm ignorant, but
no, you're good. I'll just like take a minute just to brag about some of these missionaries. Like a lot of these missionaries will take all the money they've earned to pay their own way for 2 years or 18 months if you're a sister missionary to go to a random part of the world they don't get to choose and to preach the gospel, to serve people. A lot of times you're just mowing people's lawns or helping people move or painting or whatever it is, and then you get to share a piece of the word. And they wake up at 6:30 in the morning, study a couple hours in the scriptures, and then work from 10 till 9 at night. And so it's just, they sacrifice a lot. And then a lot of times they come home and they struggle, and it's hard to see that.
we're in that routine.
Yeah.
And that's what, with football, it was so hard because every minute of your day is planned.
Yeah.
You wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. If you have an ailment or you've had surgery or something, you go to the training room. They work on you for however long. You go eat breakfast. You eat what kind of breakfast you've been instructed to eat that keeps you at the weight or the strength that you need to be at. You go to class. You get done with class. You go work out. You get done working out. You might have another class, or you might have like an hour or two to kind of relax. You eat lunch. You go watch film. You practice football. You go to tutoring. You go home, and it might be 11 o'clock when you get to the house.
Yeah.
You get up the next morning. It's the same thing every single day.
Yeah.
And when you go, say that we go to a bowl game, well, you get a packet. Every single day, it has everything you have to do, when you have to do it. You don't pick what kind of food you want to eat. The food's there.
Dang.
So like when you become an adult, and you got to make decisions, and then you have kids,
and then you have to, you're responsible for them. You're like, flip, I wasn't even responsible for myself for a while. Yeah.
As irresponsible as I am, I'm supposed to make sure they make it.
I'm actually terrified to have kids for that reason.
No, don't be scared of it. It's the best thing ever.
Oh,
that is
man.
the hands down. People are like, oh, when you get married, and they talk about how things change. Nothing changes when you get married. That's paperwork. When you have kids, that's when your life changes. And it's, once again, what a blessing, what a gift it is that God has found something in you that he thinks you need to pass on to another generation.
Dang.
I mean, it's wild.
Yeah, I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah, man. And it's such a, and you watch them grow up, and like my son, watching him figure things out, like tying flies and doing that. He does it all on his own. He figures it out. And it's so cool to watch as they develop into who they're going to be. And that's really cool. And then also getting to watch their relationship with Jesus and with God, how it grows and how the questions they ask. And, thank God that I'm of a sober mind to be able to talk to them about it and be like, hey, so you don't want to do this. Like, go this way, come back this way. So it's cool.
I could see us being God's children and why it'd be so, I'm not saying God gets frustrated, but.
Oh man, I bet that dude's up there just like, just wiping his face.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Because like,
no,
some of the decisions I've made in my life, I'm just like, what was I thinking? I was like out of my mind, but thank goodness he trusts us enough to like come back to him.
And the grace that he has. And then also with kids, Sunshine gets on to me all the time. And she's like, there's somebody that's giving you a lot of grace, forgiving you for a lot of things. Like, you might need to think about that before you start getting on to people.
After him. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you're right.
That's so funny.
But
well, before we end, I kind of wanted to ask you about some of the maybe college athletes that are done with college and they don't go pro or anything like that. You talked about how a lot of them struggle.
Oh yeah.
Afterwards. And
well, it's kind of what we were talking about with, so the guys coming back from the mission and what you've been doing and how, you've been working so hard to help not only yourself, but help your church grow. And then it's just like, well, it's done now. Come on. And so with me, get done playing football and you're no different than anybody else. Like, you don't get so you go apply for a job. Well, I should get the job over anybody else because,
I'm a state champ.
I'm a national championship football player.
National champ, yeah.
And, everybody knows me. I've been on TV. And then some dude that like got a GED and lives in a tent down the road gets the job over you, and you're like, okay, well, I guess I'm not as cool as I thought I was.
Dang, but, that's rough.
But there's a lot of guys, and then also the habits that you form while they're drinking, partying. Can't live like that.
Yeah,
you can. So I mean, it's rough.
Yeah,
and they try. I don't know about all universities, but at the University of Florida, they try to help you. They have classes where you go to them and they're like, okay, so you've been living this way. You can't live like that when you go forth, into the world like that. That's only here. And
that's smart that they have classes.
It really
like that.
is, and it's funny too. To me, I laughed about it, but it's like when you're in prison. Getting out of prison, they try to help you back into society.
They're trying to like reintegrate you.
Yeah, they're like, okay, well, you can't act like this anymore.
That is so funny.
So I looked down, I was like, well, we're pretty much inmates.
That's actually why I started this podcast, is because when I got home, I was like, dang, there's no like reintegration process for missionaries. Yeah. It was just kind of like,
I couldn't imagine.
You guys got this. Good luck.
We watch, me and my son, we watch a guy on YouTube. He's awesome. You look him up. It's he started his first YouTube channel was Catfish and Carp, and then his one he has now is called Outdoor Boys, and it's him and his 3 sons. They go camping, they go all over the place. Oh man, Luke Nichols is his name.
Okay,
and he did his mission in Tokyo, I think.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, and he'll take his kids back to Tokyo, and he takes them all around and shows them everything, and goes and visits the families that he met while he was there, and he goes to his church and everything over there. And that dude, he's a cool dude. You need to look him up. We love, actually, if they're not watching it right now, they might be waiting for me, but he comes out with a new episode every Saturday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we sit down and watch it. It's great.
That is awesome. Yep. Me and my wife are actually going back to my mission in Scotland and Ireland. Okay. And we're gonna go visit some of the people. Yeah, I'm so excited.
That's cool.
We're gonna go at the end of August. Yeah. So I've
never been overseas. Might have to go sell some sauce over there sometime.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be awesome.
Yep.
Well, just to wrap it up, if you could give one piece of advice to returning missionaries, and how they can transition back home, in a stable but like very successful way, what would you give them?
From what you've told me, just a little bit of us talking, I would put everything that's going on in the world, everything that you have done, all that with your mission and all those things, just kind of put that to the side and just remember that your relationship, your personal relationship, you've been trying to help all these other people form a relationship. Your personal relationship with Jesus is number one. And you're not going to benefit yourself or anyone else until you have that locked down and you have that where that needs to be. And because everything else is second.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what it is.
100%.
So, I would just make sure you keep your mind wrapped around that and not let all the worldly things is, well, you got to get a job now or you got to do this.
Yeah.
You know? Need no job, man.
Mm.
You can make money doing anything. My kid sold hooks and yarn at a show and
That's
made money.
true.
He's
That's
good to
amazing.
go. Yeah. So just you got to keep Jesus number one. Everything will be good.
Dang, I love it. Well, Jim, thank you so much for coming on.
Heck yeah, man. I appreciate the invite. First podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I ain't never been on no podcast.
This is the big debut. Okay, sick. I'll be tagging Sopchoppy and everything. But for the viewers, if they want to follow like along with you guys, I don't know if you guys have social media or if you guys have a website you want to send people to.
It's jbsopchoppysauce.com. We have social media. My wife used to really be involved with it, and then like we'd be at a show and some person would come up and like recognize one of my kids and start speaking to one of my kids because they had seen them on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
And so we were kind of like, yeah.
Kind of scary.
That's not cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, we need to figure this out a little different. So we kind of backed away from the social media a little bit. Yeah. But,
well, I highly recommend getting their sauce because we just had a roast and we put some sauce on it while it was like slow cooking and it was amazing. And you guys don't
I promise you've had worse.
Yeah, I have had a lot worse.
I promise you've had worse sauce.
The week before I did my own and it was awful compared to theirs. But your sauce doesn't have like any harmful chemicals or
The only
anything.
preservative in our sauce is apple cider vinegar.
Perfect.
So it's just food in a bottle. It's revolutionary. We're changing the game.
I love it.
Yeah, man.
Man, well, thanks for coming on.
Anytime.
Hey guys, thank you so much for listening to that episode of Release the Podcast. Jim is an incredible guy, and I'm so glad you guys got to hear his story. As he said earlier, this was his very first podcast ever, and I'm honored that he shared his story with us today. And so if you guys are interested in supporting Jim and his family, go to sopchoppysauce.com. It is really good. I've tried it on a lot of things, and it never disappoints. Anyway, I'm really grateful for you guys for following along. Please share this with someone that might need to hear it. And remember, God is good and is planning on your success. And though you've been released from your mission, you've not been released from your ministry.